Welcome guys to my first official video, and today we will be talking about the downfalls and good things in Halo 5. Basically, this is my opinion, and if you agree, show some support by liking this video. Maybe 343 will come around and strike this out on how so many people are not satisfied with Halo 5 Guardians. First of all, Halo 5 isn't the same Halo you've always known and loved. This game is mainly focused on their multiplayer than a strong solo experience. Out of all the Halo games, yes, I agree that Halo 5 is a huge step backwards in the saga. 343, owned by Microsoft, is definitely capable of producing a better game rather than the sloppy work on Halo 5. They proved this to us in the campaign of Halo 4, where they kept us with the fast action-packed, fast-paced gaming. When I first saw Halo 4, I was kinda surprised that the new company actually did a good job, and I was hyped for a new era in Halo. But now, I'm just disappointed. Halo 5, if you already haven't played it, is a game in which we follow a worthless group of Spartans, in quotes, in their journey to hunt down the Master Chief, who is absent without leave. It quickly turns to a rescue when Spartan Jameson Locke, some soldier who just came out of nowhere, realizes that Master Chief is in danger. The point here is for either protagonist you play as, Master Chief or Spartan Locke, you will be babysitting mindless AIs through a series of different levels. Basically, they are just there so that when you play with your buddies, that they aren't clones of Master Chief, and so they don't disappear on cutscenes. Halo has had co-op play since the beginning, but it was nevertheless different from playing alone. In Guardians, it has just become a thing of enjoying the story with a friend, and for the AIs not to be idiots, and your buddy to save you when you fall. In previous games, we just had Marines who I never actually relied on, but for comic relief. They also contained large clumps of gameplay where I could be alone and explore at my own pace. Taking a break from the help I got actually made me look forward to the next time me and the Marines fought together. Now, it's different. The Spartan AIs are basically the same dim-witted allies, but they had their personalities removed and are now in charge of keeping you alive. I was a huge nerd for Halo lore, but it quickly drowned out when reading the books and watching short films became a bore. The books were full out too much fantasized scenes, and the movies were just potentially time-wasting, like watching the origin of Spartan Locke's success in Halo Nightfall. If you told me to tell you this character's personality, I wouldn't know a thing, because by the time the credits rolled in, all I would tell you is that Buck is your typical bad-hand man. I came into the game to get some of that nice Master Chief gameplay, but I realize you only get to play as him for a third of the game. It wouldn't be much of a bother if Locke actually did interesting things and was given cool stuff to do, but he's not. One example of how they could have refined the game is in the fight scene. If we were actually able to fight Master Chief fist to fist, man to man, that would be even great. That would just be great. And if we actually had a chance to jump across the falling platforms, that would have been even better. That would have made it even better, I guess. But instead, they changed it to a cutscene. That's just lazy. Same thing with the Jewel Madama scene. That would have made a great boss battle for the game. If you agree, definitely put it down in the comments section below. When I think of Halo, I think of death. Not only death of the franchise, but death in the game. In previous games, I would comically ragdoll as my enemies laughed at my death. In Guardians, you'll die a lot, especially if you have higher difficulty settings. The thing is, none of my 134 deaths in the game actually felt like my enemies outsmarted me. More, I felt outgunned. If I wanted that experience, I would just join a multiplayer battle. At the final levels, I just couldn't take it anymore. Almost every death I endured felt cheap. Just another death in my gamer card. A frustration that quickly mounted into my real life. So much that, in the interest of reducing my blood levels, I just quickly skipped through the last levels, and now thanks to rescue mode, I calculated that this new thing, the new thing called rescue mode, actually helped me gain another hour of wasted gameplay. Thanks a lot, 343. And if gameplay isn't fun, then there is a huge problem. Back to the AIs in the game. I always felt like the glowing robotic Prometheans actually were intelligent in combat strategy, that my allies beside me were fighting with a purpose. I felt like the AI was thinking. Not here. I just felt like the battles were just an all-out warfare, which yes, were impressive, but they were just noisy and felt like a chore to finish. At the end of the game, it just felt like wave after wave of enemy. Even Buck said, "Here comes another wave," in the ending of Genesis, where you fought off the Word and the Prometheans teleported into combat to fend us off. My squad's tactical, stats were starting to become questionable as well. I couldn't direct the Halo fiction's best sniper, Linda, to snipe out of-reach targets and direct my other two allies to flank the hunters as I came in from behind to hit them in vulnerable areas. But instead, all I was able to do was direct them to one location. In the months before the release of Halo 5, 343 mentioned, "We have a top priority of making Halo 5 Guardians run at a silky smooth 60 FPS, and nothing is going to stop us." I guess making a fun-to-play campaign wasn't that high on the list. But anyways, those are some ways to improve what 343 has given to us, and the downfalls of Halo 5. Thanks for watching, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any feedback on something I did well or something I should improve on, put it down below. And once again,